Hi all, today I'm going to talk about the most hot topic, the most interesting subject, and that is the Executive MBA. So, hi, my name is Aftab. If you're asking this question that what is and how is the Executive MBA? So, it simply means you are either planning for it or already enrolled into it, or maybe you are just curious to know. Well, whatever be the reasons, I'll simply explain you my perspective here based on my first-hand experience and knowledge around it. So without delaying it further, let us start. And again, I'm giving you a short disclaimer that this is with respect to a 2-year executive MBA done from IIM. And I'll also mention that it is very much stemming from my personal experience of doing the executive postgraduate program from IIM-Kozhikode, right? So let us start with our first question around executive MBA. First of all, even if it is MBA or not, right? So my answer is yes, executive MBA is MBA because it has the same recognition as MBA in the eyes of UGC, because it is a 2-year program and you can apply for PhD in any recognized university after that and even abroad, and you become eligible for any doctoral program after it, which requires postgraduate as a minimum criteria. So it is equivalent to a 2-year PGDM and a full-fledged PG degree, right? So my answer is yes, executive MBA is MBA. Now the subsequent and follow-up question to this is it a part-time MBA? So my answer to this is yes and no both. By nature, if I talk about executive postgraduate program of IIMK, yes, by nature it is part-time because most of the classes are happening on weekends. It looks like that. But I say the discretion of calling any degree as part-time or non-part-time or a regular program is completely with the institution, right? So IIMK has given it as a full 2-year MBA program, 2-year degree program. So their executive postgraduate program is a full 2-year MBA degree program, right? And why? I'll tell you. So technically you have to attend approximately same number of study hours. At times you will not just have classes on weekends but even on weekdays. The only difference is you're attending it after your office hours, and on weekends it could be even in the morning as well. So you go through the similar examinations, you go through same format of assessments and gradings, and in the end you are awarded with a degree of MBA. Right? The only difference, or which makes you confused about if it is a part-time MBA or not, is the mode of delivery of the program. Now you need to understand, with online coming as a new norm in the education industry, right? People are more connected, institutions are gaining wide access towards students, and students are gaining wide access towards institution, and institutions wants to leverage this advantage. So they let people attend classes virtually. However, there will be some campus immersions to make it hybrid in nature. IIMK has specific centers designated in various cities, so you don't need to attend it just online at home. You rather have to come down to the center, sit with your peer groups and attend the classes. The only difference is you're seeing the professor in a classroom over your screen. Okay, not physically in that infrastructure, right? So with these ambiguities and the approach institutions are taking, they have leveraged this delivery, and mode of delivery, and they have come out to call these executive program as regular programs and a full-time MBA degree. So, and it makes sense. It completely makes sense. Why? Because see, I have seen institutions offering part-time degree program even when you are required to come down to the institution to attend classes. Just because it is happening on weekend, they call it part-time, which is, I guess, not fair. And although I'm not the right person to judge it, but I personally feel when somebody is so much invested and they are attending classes even on weekdays, weekends, the only difference is since they cannot give up on the job and they cannot take residence in the campus and cannot come to physical infrastructure, they should not be discriminated, right? And that is one of the reason IIMs have successfully come out with the concept of executive MBA program, giving 2-year full-time MBA degree. Now the third question that comes is, how good is the curriculum or academics? So faculties wise, I would say it depends how you see them, because it's a very subjective and interpersonal relation. But most of the course I came across, or the faculties I came across, were very experienced. They were like, some of them were really the stalwarts of their respective field. But that said, I still had a lot of good and bad days over there. And I enjoyed some of the classes, and I actually disliked some of the classes. But that is how it is, the law of average, right? If you talk about the curriculum, I think it is good, very well designed for working professionals. I think a lot of case discussions, projects, examination assignments will give you a lot of good practice of the subject matter. So nowhere you would find it is lesser than a regular postgraduate program, because you get to attend you get to attend the classes from almost the same set of professors who are teaching in the regular postgraduate program. So you get the access to best faculties as well. And if I had to put it, I would say it is at par with any national level institution offering 2-year regular postgraduate program. Okay. Now the next question is, how about the rigor, right? So rigor, to just mat pucho, it is very intense program. Being a working professional, you have to sacrifice all your weekends for 2 years. Not just weekends, a lot of time, even the weekdays, evenings are sacrificed, because your classes would be happening a lot of time on weekends and weekdays. And even when the classes are not happening on weekdays, so most of the week's time would actually go into projects, assignments, and this kind of is a huge cognitive load, right? Because you are juggling between two worlds, and you are trying to manage and create a balance between the two. So I would say a lot of time you can feel lost also, and you may panic. But good peers and sincere classes, you attending classes sincerely will make it quite easy for you. But it is nowhere easy with respect to if you see it overall, it's not that easy as well, right? So you actually have to navigate all those tough time. But I think if you have good people by your side and you are really invested, I think you will figure out your ways, right? Now people are very conscious. There are people who are very conscious about networking, like how is the networking and how is it going to help me, because I have been in talks because of networking opportunity, because they flaunt a good, extensive, huge network of alumni donning multiple positions in good MNCs and wearing multiple hats. So all of that is very fascinating. So people who are looking for the answer with respect to networking opportunity, I would say it is very good, but comes after a lot of effort actually, because you're attending the classes from centers or home. It has taken away that charm of meeting, and that in-person meeting is always very different. Physically when you meet people, so you bond easily. But I think campus immersions is one tool where we leverage it very strongly. We try to connect and interact with people as much as possible within the bandwidth we get, because there are also classes, hectic schedule. So we need to figure out that time. How do we bond? So we generally sit during the night. We used to enjoy, and we used to live together. That's how we were used to that kind of schedule, and we kind of managed to leverage it. But to be honest, I would say that there will be some sort of social forums as well. I mean, see, for us, the only means to stay connected was WhatsApp after we are done with the immersion. But there will always be opportunities for social meetups, which can happen either centrally from the institutions, or it can be taken up as group initiatives, wherein city-wise, we used to conduct a lot of good networking events where we used to go meet people, bond, and have a good 2 or 3 hours of time together, right? And that is how we were able to leverage it. But to be honest, I would say networking is a very personal thing, and it depends on how social, helpful, and committed you are to your group, right? If you are reserved and you just expect people to come to you, and you expect that since you are part of this program, networking will happen on its own. So my dear friend, I think you are not understanding the purpose of networking, and you are not understanding what networking actually means, right? Now the next question is for people who are very money conscious, and I think वो बनता भी है. So people are generally asking, क्या return क्या है? What is the return on investment? So I say that if you are coming to IIMK, in this executive postgraduate program, expect no placements, because they offer no placements, right? And that is true for a reason, because as the average experience itself is somewhere almost 6 to 10 years or 15 years, I think that must be their average. And I see very strongly that a lot of people are already standing on top of senior level designations, and they're already doing well both in terms of career, their role, their CTC. So I don't think a lot of people even need placements, to be honest. But when I talk about the resume, I think it adds a lot of credibility and weightage to your CV. You become actually eligible for 1,000+ companies who just want, somebody from IIMs, or somebody who has to have at least a tier 1 MBA degree, right? Tier 1 degree, I mean degree from a tier 1 institution. So if you are able to do a executive postgraduate program and get an MBA degree from the likes of IIMs, or specifically an IIM, I would say your CV becomes visible to hundreds and thousands of companies over there, right? And by design, you stand out, right? Because you are little more than others. And going forward, I think if you are doing well with respect to the knowledge that you have inherited from the program, and you could just apply it, though it's a very hard thing, very difficult thing, very difficult thing to actually apply it real time. But if you could do it, I think even your employer can open good growth opportunities for you. But I personally feel that in the current context of corporates and startups, people value, and that should that is how it should be actually, where they should see your credibility and capability, right? Not just the tag that you carry in the CV. So because in my personal experience of last 8 to 10 years working in corporate, never ever it happened that somebody bumped into me and asked me like, what is your postgraduate degree, or where did you do it from? I mean, that was never asked to me. So I personally feel that if you're doing it, do it because you really want to learn, you want to transition your career, you want to pivot your career, you want to move from one domain to another, or you want to chart your own career trajectory, or maybe you are not confident opening a startup. So after doing this, maybe you will be more confident, and maybe you are just coming here to leverage network, or let's say you had ample time and you wanted to do something. That's the reason you came here. Whatever be the reasons or objectives of doing it, but I personally feel it cannot be just placements. It cannot be quick change in your current designation. I think if this is your expectation, it might not just come true immediately. Maybe it might take some time, but not immediately. Now, if you are talking about fees versus return, I think generally this program doesn't come cheap. You really invest a good sum of money into it, and most of us actually take loans for it. So I think with respect to return, you should be sure about that, not coming here for placements. So because it's not that equation that you put a money here and you get a certain amount of package after the program. So you need to draw value or return in terms of your experience, in terms of your learning, in terms of your engagement, in terms of your networking capability you can enhance, or in terms of network that you can build, right? So because fees can never be an absolute function of your growth, right? So you need to understand that. So this has been my answer, guys. I think I tried to help you as much as I could. And if it has really helped you by even 0.001%, I would request you to like, share and subscribe my video, right? In case if you have any specific question to ask with respect to executive MBA, or you have any institution in your mind where you want to compare the executive MBA of that institution with other, just drop it in the comments. I'll pick it up in the next video, and I'll try to come up with as much information as possible. So that's my time. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, and do share, like and subscribe. Thank you.